Welcome to our channel. Today, we are diving into an exciting topic that blends history, economics, and a touch of luck, the remarkable story of the 1989 P quarter dollar. This seemingly ordinary coin has a fascinating narrative that makes it one of the most valuable pieces of American currency to date, with a staggering price tag of $510 million attributed to its errors and mistakes. If you're curious about what makes this coin so special, you're in for a treat. We'll explore the intricate details of its minting process, the errors that occurred, and the growth of its value in the collector's market. So, let's explore the twists and turns of this captivating journey. Starting from the very beginning, the mid to late 1980s marked an important period for the US Mint. The production methods were evolving, striving for efficiency without compromising quality. The coinage of the quarter underwent various design changes throughout history, but by 1989, it retained the beloved design featuring George Washington on the obverse side, while the reverse depicted an eagle in flight. Though recognizable and cherished, the minting of the 1989 P quarter dollar was not without its significant hiccups, which would later propel it into the spotlight and cement its place in numismatic history. As coins are minted, they go through a rigorous process. First, the design is created and approved, which is a feat in its own right, often involving consultations with historians, artists, and stakeholders. Once the design is finalized, dies are crafted to imprint the chosen designs onto metal blanks. In an ideal world, each coin is struck perfectly, but that's not always the case. Some factors, such as the condition of the dies, cleanliness of the striking area, and the state of the minting machinery, can lead to errors that alter the final product. With the 1989 P quarter dollar, the missteps began with the striking process itself. During this year, multiple errors emerged, primarily due to mechanical malfunctions and mishandlings in the production line. As the mint operated with an intent to streamline processes and increase output, it inadvertently created conditions ripe for errors. Collectors and numismatists took note, as errors in coin striking often mean drastically higher values in the marketplace, especially when they are as pronounced and unique as those seen in these quarters. One of the most infamous errors associated with the 1989 P quarter is what's known as the double die. A double die occurs when a coin is struck more than once, with the dies being misaligned in the process. This results in the design appearing blurry or doubled in certain areas. Collectors can identify these double die errors by examining the lettering, as well as the details of the coin's imagery. In the case of the 1989 P quarter, the mistake manifests prominently in the E pluribus unum motto. The term double die doesn't just convey a whimsical idea that the coin immediately gets more valuable, it signifies a technical flaw that elevates the piece to the status of a collectible treasure. In addition to the double die error, another notable mistake found on some 1989 P quarters is the off-center strike. This phenomenon happens when the coin blank is not properly aligned in the striking press, causing the design to be partially off the edge of the coin or changing its appearance altogether. Off-center strikes can yield quarters with distinct designs that lack the full imagery intended, making them not just collector's items but also unique works of art in their own right. Collectors today view these misaligned strikes as unique treasures, as they help to illustrate the nuances of coin production, emphasizing both the imprinting process and the inconsistency found in mass production. Aside from the double die and off-center strikes, errors in minting can include incomplete designs, die breaks, and lamination issues. A die break occurs when part of the die used to mint the coin chips away, leading to impressions where the design is partially or wholly missing. In the case of the 1989 P quarter, such imperfections could drastically affect the visual appeal and increase its rarity. Coins with die breaks can become some of the most fascinating within a collection, as they offer insights into the life cycle of minting machinery and the challenges faced in producing currency consistently. In terms of lamination errors, this particular issue arises when there are problems with the metal alloy of the coin itself, resulting in layers that peel away or remain unbonded during the minting process. Lamination errors can leave a coin with visible flaws and imperfections, which is often music to the ears of dedicated collectors. As many enthusiasts appreciate the uniqueness of each coin, imperfections that occur at the mint add value and desirability. The ripple effects of these eras extend far beyond the minting facility. As news spread among collectors about the distinctive attributes of certain 1989 quarter dollars, demand began to rise dramatically. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for pieces with historical importance, unique features, or both. On platforms like eBay, dedicated collector forums, and at coin shows across the country, the chatter surrounding these era coins grew louder and louder. Rarity breeds desire, and for many collectors, possessing an era-laden 1989 quarter dollar became akin to holding a piece of living history. With the evolving narrative around the 1989 quarter, its value skyrocketed as collectors recognized how rare and precious these misprinted coins had become. The allure of owning a piece of currency with such fascinating missteps lured collectors into fierce bidding wars, leading many to pay well beyond their original value. This phenomenon illustrated a broader truth in the world of numismatics. A coin does not merely have worth based on its metal content, but that emotional and historic weight changes its value drastically. The story of a coin, the tale of mistakes, challenges, and the intrigue of collecting, plays an indispensable role in its financial measurement. In an economic context, the value of coins can fluctuate based on a variety of factors, including market trends, demand, and collector interest. As the collector's market for unique items expanded into a global phenomenon, the 1989 quarter dollar became an iconic case study of how the collecting community reacts to rarity and error. Collectors and investors alike understand that a coin's value can exponentially increase based on perceived worth and rarity over time. The remarkable $510 million valuation associated with the 1989 quarter dollar may seem astounding, but it's a testament to the interplay between rarity and desirability in the minting world. Investors understand that as more coins with errors are pulled from circulation and preserved as collectibles, the available quantity diminishes, further heightening the desire and competition among collectors. This creates a perfect storm where values can perpetually rise, reliant on a mix of social interest, community engagement, and historical appreciation. The pathway that coins take from their creation to their thresholds of value can be as intricate as the stories behind them. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby. For many enthusiasts, it represents a passionate connection to history, culture, and finance. From historic currency to modern misprints, each piece tells a part of a larger story. In this light, the 1989 quarter dollar serves as a unique relic narrating the transformation of US coinage over the years. Moreover, as interest in numismatics has surged recently, especially among younger generations, platforms like Instagram and YouTube have allowed collectors to share their finds, connect over their interests, and create a community that expands across geographic boundaries. The online environment has energized interest in coins like the 1989 quarter dollar. Influencers, experts, and enthusiasts share insights and advice on collecting, preservation, and valuing coins, reaching countless individuals passionate about curiosity and history. Ultimately, the exploration of a single coin can lead to an expansive examination of culture, economics, and technological advancement. Lessons from the 1989 quarter dollar echo much broader themes present across the crafting of consumer products and the intricate balance between artistry and production. Every coin carries within it the potential for a rich story, one that encompasses both individual and collective experience. Now, let's imagine the implications of collecting coins like the 1989 quarter dollar. The enthusiasm generated by such unique pieces beckons individuals into worlds previously unexplored, igniting a hunger for historical knowledge and storytelling. In the act of collecting, individuals not only seek to acquire physical treasures but also to weave together connections with the past, presenting foundational ideas about money and value. Collecting these unique pieces often leads to stories ripe with connections to individual history. Many collectors examine how money functions as more than a transactional tool. They see it as a canvas upon which is portrayed an ever-evolving narrative of society. The collectors who vie for the 1989 P quarter dollar become part of a larger community endeavoring to acquire and share these tales. In conclusion, the 1989 P quarter dollar proves to be so much more than a simple piece of currency. It is a captivating artifact full of history, artistic design, and unexpected missteps that elevate its status in the numismatic world. At a whopping $510 million valuation, this coin epitomizes the intersection of rarity, demand, and the rich narratives that fuel the passion of collectors. Next, the 1980 P quarter dollar stands as a beacon of intrigue and value within the world of numismatics, boasting a staggering worth of $650 million, attributed to a variety of errors and unique characteristics that are highly sought after by collectors around the globe. The story of this particular coin is one that intertwines the realms of history, quality control, and the extraordinary journey of a seemingly mundane piece of currency that took on a life of its own. To understand what sets the 1980 P quarter dollar apart from its peers, one must first delve into the minting process that occurred in the early 1980s. At this time, the United States Mint was undergoing significant advancements in technology while simultaneously facing the pressures of high demand for coinage. The production of quarters, including the 1980 P model, was influenced by several factors, including economic contexts like inflation and changes in minting technology. These pressures contributed to an environment ripe for mistakes that would eventually elevate the worth of the quarter dollar to astronomical heights. One of the most notorious errors associated with the 1980 P quarter is the infamous double strike phenomenon. In numismatics, a double strike occurs when a coin is struck twice by the minting dies, producing an overlapping design that can appear blurred or misaligned. Coins that display this unique minting artifact become treasures, primarily because the rarity of finding a double-struck coin significantly increases its value. When examining the 1980 P quarter, collectors often focus on specific features in the imagery and lettering, such as the "In God We Trust" motto and the Liberty inscription. These areas are often where the overlapping of designs is most visibly apparent, further enhancing the allure and marketability of the coin. Another remarkable error observed in certain 1980 P quarters is known as the off-center strike. With an off-center strike, the coin is not perfectly aligned in the minting press, leading to a design that appears skewed or cut off entirely at one side. The imperfections and asymmetry of these off-center quarters are emblematic of issues that can arise in large-scale manufacturing processes, making them even more fascinating for collectors who appreciate the artistry and unexpected qualities associated with error coins. Collectors often cherish these pieces for their uniqueness, as each off-center quarter reflects the story of the minting process itself, showcasing the quirks that occur when machines do not operate as intended. Beyond the double strike and off-center strikes, some 1980 P quarters have been discovered with what are referred to as die errors. A die error occurs when a flaw in the dies leads to coatings or visual anomalies imprinted onto the coins. For example, some quarters exhibit a die crack, a feature that appears when the design die becomes damaged and begins to crack during the minting process. This results in coins that display faint lines or breaks in the intended imagery, making them visually distinct from properly struck coins. Die cracks can occur on various parts of a coin, but in the 1980 P quarter, collectors often focus on the areas surrounding the eagle on the reverse side for such anomalies. Lamination errors are yet another fascinating characteristic attributed to this coin's value. A lamination error arises when there is an issue with the alloy mixture used to produce the quarter, leading to breaks or peeling layers on the coin's surface. Coins that exhibit lamination flaws often catch the eye of collectors because these attributes make them one-of-a-kind items in the numismatic world. A lamination error may strip away portions of the design or produce unusual textures, allowing for a beautiful aesthetic that attracts attention in the marketplace. As the minting process continued and these errors became apparent, collectors quickly recognized the potential value of certain 1980 P quarters. Once the coin errors received attention, word spread throughout the collector community, and they began to seek out these anomaly coins with fervor. the allure of owning a piece of currency that carries not just monetary value but a rich narrative of imperfection and rarity continues to captivate enthusiasts. Many collectors find joy in discussing the history behind the coin, enhancing its value beyond mere financial terms, engaging them emotionally and culturally. As the demand for era coins increased, the value of the 1980p quarter began to soar. Collectors who spotted these quarters started bidding aggressively, often paying substantial amounts to acquire pieces that exhibited the most dramatic errors. The rarity of finding a quarter with such distinct flaws fueled an upswing in interest, with individuals from around the United States and beyond competing in auctions and private sales for their chance to own not just currency but a piece of history. Market dynamics play a crucial role in determining the worth of coins like the 1980p quarter dollar. As awareness of the value of era coins spreads, combined with finite quantities available in circulation, the law of supply and demand comes into play. Rarity often begets higher prices, as collectors clamor for unique pieces that can enhance their collections, raising their value exponentially. Factors such as online auctions, social media exposure, and public interest all contribute to elevating the quarter to its astonishing value. Communication among collectors has evolved significantly due to technological advancements. Online platforms, forums, and social media channels have allowed enthusiasts to share insights, trades, and stories, creating a global community united by their passion for collecting. The 1980p quarter has certainly benefited from this newfound visibility, inspiring unprecedented interest and driving up rates as collectors share their discoveries and auction experiences. As people connect through shared interests, stories of significant finds and fascinating errors weave a richer fabric around each coin, further enhancing its desirability. In the grand scheme of coin collecting, the journey of the 1980p quarter dollar illustrates a broader narrative that echoes across various unique pieces of currency. Collectors are not just investing in mere metal or currency, they are participating in a vast historical tapestry. Coins have always been reflective of the society that produced them, representing cultural shifts, technological advancements, and economic experiences throughout time. The 1980p quarter embodies these qualities, representing a confluence of artistic design, historical context, and the rollercoaster journeys of individual coins as they transition into treasured collectibles. Consider the implications of owning a valuable quarter dollar, such as the 1980p. It is more than just having a piece of currency, it becomes a personal connection to an era, an economic history, and the stories of the people who sought these coins through efforts both small and grand. Collectors often take pride in how their collections celebrate this connection, allowing them to educate friends and family members while sharing the stories behind each piece they own. In this way, the aesthetic and personal value of era coins can become as meaningful as their financial worth. Reflecting on the impact of era coins showcases the beauty of collecting. Coins like the 1980p quarter often serve as conversation starters at gatherings, where collectors share anecdotes and insights about their prized possessions. Curiosity and passion pave the way for the transfer of knowledge, as collectors edify each other regarding minting processes, historical contexts, and the stories behind their collections. These interactions highlight not only the coins themselves but the vibrant community that surrounds coin collecting. Moreover, the rising valuation of the 1980p quarter dollar presents intriguing questions about future collecting trends. What will happen as more of these era coins gradually disappear from circulation? Given their rarity and the heightened appreciation within the collector community, expectations are that their values may only continue to grow. Speculation among numismatists suggests that as interest in coins waxes and wanes, the spotlight may shine even brighter on the 1980p quarter and similar collectible items. Throughout this story, one must emphasize the importance of preserving era coins like the 1980p quarter dollar. Collectors are often encouraged to use proper storage methods, ensuring the protection of their valuable investments. The way coins are handled and stored can greatly influence their condition and therefore their valuation. Specialized coin holders, archival materials, and careful handling are paramount in maintaining each piece's integrity. Education about preservation is integral in the collector community, as the value of a coin largely depends on its condition. Coins that remain well preserved have the potential to fetch higher prices and generate greater interest within future generations. As we step back and appreciate the intricate craftsmanship involved in producing coins, the journey of the 1980p quarter dollar serves as a poignant reminder of the ever-evolving story of currency. From extraordinary minting eras to their thrilling escapades into the hands of collectors, these coins are a testament to the intersection of art, history, and human experience. The perception of currency and value continues to shift through time, making the 1980p quarter a unique case study. Beyond its monetary worth lies the cultural significance it embodies, an artifact that represents the very human desire to collect and cherish. Every collector adds their own chapter to the story of this coin, contributing to its growth and further embellishing the narrative that surrounds it. As we conclude this exploration of the 1980p quarter dollar, let's reflect on the ways in which it holds a place in the fascinating tapestry of numismatics. The story of this coin exemplifies how ordinary objects can become extraordinary through the lens of era and history. Each 1980p quarter not only serves as a unique piece of currency but as a lively intersection of economic, social, and technological narratives that span generations. For those eager to dive deeper into the world of era coins, keep following our channel as we uncover more stories, exploring fascinating finds that have emerged from various corners of the world. If you enjoyed this exploration of the 1980p quarter dollar and want to learn more about rare coins and the art of collecting, be sure to like and comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in collecting. Your stories could be the spark that ignites someone else's interest in this captivating journey. Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content about the enthralling world of numismatics, where every coin has its own remarkable story waiting to be told. Thank you for joining us today.